Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for March 28th, 2026. We've got full random kingdom today, as it is Saturday. And for trashing, we've got Raise, Stonemason, and Acolyte. So nothing that's particularly good at trashing coppers. There is silos though. So that's a bit less of a concern, perhaps. For draw, we've got Hunter, Black Cat, Torturer, and Sybil. For plus actions, we've got Villagers from Patron, and then City State. What is the liaison? Bauble. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, the plus action situation is pretty limited. And then for gains, Bauble, Bridge, Herb Gatherer, Stonemason, both on play and on gain. Well, on buy, I guess. Hunter is also nearby, so that it's not really a source of gains per se, but I mean you can get multiple hunters, or a hunter and something else. All right, so we're definitely going to need to play with Bauble in order to get plus actions, which we're going to want to be able to play things like multiple bridges. Although, even then, City-State, Yeah, the thing with City-State is that that's, like, only when you're gaining stuff. How do you get, like... So Stonemason can gain you stuff mid-turn that you can then play with City-State. Wish, you pop the magic lamp. You can play a Wish to gain a thing and then use City-State to immediately play that, which essentially gives you +1 action. Rather than having to use an action to actually play it once it goes into your hand. And then, obviously, during your buy phase, you can still play stuff, which could be relevant for a card like Bridge or Patron. Not so relevant for, like, a draw card. So what I'm thinking about all of this is that it's going to be hard to do like a torture stack thing, even a small one. It might not be worth going for. Might be better to just like try to play a bunch of hunters, draw a bunch of cards, and then like maybe just stack up favors and villagers via Patron and Bauble, and then towards the end of the game try to do a bridge megaturn where you play a bunch, gain and play a bunch of the bridges like on the last turn. Like, so maybe that does involve stonemasoning a 5 into some bridges. Maybe it involves just buying a few bridges, and if you have enough buys already, you can still afford, you still have the buys to be able to get your provinces or whatever. We also need to think about how we're going to pop the lamp. In terms of opening, I do want to get silos. I do want to bauble. Wonder about going. Is it too crazy to do like bauble silos and then plan to top deck a raise? We could also do raised silos, or we could do just like bauble raise and then pick up the silos a little bit later. Or we could actually take a 4. Like a patron. It would be good to get a patron early to start stocking up on villagers. Yeah, maybe that's actually important enough that we just need to do that. Maybe we start with raise, patron, and then wait a little bit on the bauble. I think so. Well, that's not what I had in mind. Not at all. That is really not a good draw. We could decline to play the raise in order to get silos. We could also raise a copper and figure if we see and get a bauble probably. If we see the patron next turn, we're still very likely to be hitting 4 for silos. If we don't, well, that'd be pretty sad. I think I'll play to the odds that we do see the patron. Okay. We do have 5 here. Do we want to consider waiting on silos again? It's not like we have enough uniques in our deck to pop. Well, we would if we bought another unique. Patron Copper, Lamp, Bauble Raise, and one more card. Yeah. Maybe we should. Maybe we take a Hunter. Yeah. Hard to pass up putting 6 as 6th unique into the deck. God damn it. Now we don't hit the silos. Alright. We just take another unique, like a Secret Cave. Secret Cave is not doing much here, but it could also be silver. Secret Cave is at least a little bit more likely to help us pop the lamp. Gonna get attacked here, aren't we? No? Okay. So the problem now is we gotta trigger the shuffle. I mean, we don't have to. Maybe we shouldn't? I mean, there's an outside chance that we would hit, that we'd be able to pop the lamp off of playing this Hunter, but it's definitely less likely than that we don't. I think I'm just gonna play Patron, take Favor for sure. I guess if we're gonna get silos anyway, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. It could be worth taking a curse here. The raise, we have the cave. Yeah, I think it is. God damn it, the bot pound. The lamp already? Frig. The bot is usually very not focused on popping lamp. Well, fuck. We're in trouble now. We are in trouble now. Hmm. Oh. I wonder if we should just take a torture as well now. I don't love the inability to build up more villagers. What's the alternative? Silver. Discarding with the cave. I mean, we could certainly use another raise. I guess we could just take another raise. Maybe that's the play. What, stonemasons for 2 hunters? Oh my god. Yeah, we are in serious trouble. Come on! I have so many hunters. Okay. I don't think I want to city-state that. Well, that would go into my hand anyway. Yeah, no. I guess we could stonemason for some hunters. Maybe we should take a torture at this point. Did the bot spend all of its wishes last turn? Wish for gold. Wish for a hunter. No. Hmm. We are going to have to get a bridge into our deck at some point, too. I'm wondering, like, we could... We could city-state a bridge this turn. We were to go favor coin, it would cost 4, which would leave us with 5. We'd get a coin back. Which would be 6, and then we could stonemason for 2 hunters on top of that. It's not bad. Sure. One coin short of being able to just buy 2 hunters outright. It's okay. Oh, we did get an extra buy out of it, though. Well, I guess I'll take a free raise. Or a free bauble? Second bauble could be pretty helpful. I think I'll hold on to the coffer. Just gonna gain another curse, I guess. It's tiresome. There go all the hunters. Yeah, we are in a rough spot. This has not gone well at all. We do with this wish. I'm gonna raise a curse. Maybe we should just go ahead and get a torture and attack the bot. Pretty reasonable. Okay. I wonder if I go for another torture if the bot just discards again. Like, we could potentially kind of lock it down. It's just going to be really hard to sustain the actions. Yeah, I think not. I guess we might as well trash a copper, although... We do want to have, like, some treasures in our deck for the hunter to draw, but... What if we do wish for a gold? For that reason. So... And... How... approach this? Definitely playing the patron. I'm wondering is whether we play the bridge. We'd also consider... We could save the city-state favors to try to put more bridges into play later, or we could do something like city-state patron to get more villagers. Or we could just save both of them. Thing is, we're only going to get, like at most, we're going to get like one villager per turn, or one, well, with the 2 baubles at least, one like city-state pair of favors per turn. It's pretty slow. Another possibility is that what we do is plan to start greening like on the early side and then just try to reach for a little bit of extra green at the end of the game with the build-up from City State and Patron. Or yeah. Not that we can so easily province this turn. I mean, we can if we play the bridge, or we spend our coffer and I think I would like to have one more bridge in the deck, though. So what happens if we city-state a bridge this turn? 6. Well, no, 5. We have 5 coins from the 2 plus the gold. We buy a bridge, we're down to 1. We go back up to 2, potentially as much as 4. Not a whole lot to do with that. So we could just buy like one more bridge and save the rest of the stuff. Maybe that makes the most sense. I don't know what we're doing with... Where did we get this gold? I suppose we could get another bauble as well and try to accelerate the favor gaining. That means our draw just isn't very good. Maybe it makes more maybe it makes sense to get one more bauble anyway because of that. It's really quite annoying how many hunters the bot was able to get. That first shuffle of mine was pretty disastrous. Do we gain another curse? The hunters cannot draw the curses, so discarding them feels pretty bad. Yes. I assume the bot is just going to start single provincing of it here. Oh, I did forget the bot also has a black cat. I guess I could have also just discarded coppers, but... Wait. Oh, the bot has a bauble. When did that happen? It used City State to play the bridge and do nothing with it? Okay. Well, I think we want to see the patron more right now than we do the bridge, to be honest. Oh man, I really want to trash these curses. Do we take another torturer now? Maybe we do. City state it. I don't think so. I think I just want the raise here. Favor, might as well take at least one buy. Favor. Coin. And so we have the ability to city state 3 times. And also get 3 buys if we can draw all 3 of these baubles again. 4 villagers. So if we were to play 2 bridges, like next turn, and then city state 3 bridges, we'd have 5 bridges in play. That's pretty good. Probably not good enough, though. Whatever happened to my stonemason? Have I just discarded it every time or something? Like I haven't seen it. If we could stonemason into the bridges and city state them that way, that would be big. I wonder if we should take some black cats. We do have 4 cards on top of our deck, which makes that less likely to be effective in this, specifically this coming turn, but the bot is buying province. We could buy 4 black cats if we wanted to. I think that makes some sense. Yeah. Fortunately, we didn't top deck one of them. It wasn't very likely. We did apparently scare the bot out of taking a province, though. Go ahead and play a Torturer. Drew 2 baubles. That's something. I think I'm just buying another black cat and storing up some more favors. We saw 3 of the 4 black cats. That's pretty annoying. Oh, sorry, 2 black cats. Well, we do need to be a little bit careful about piles. Not that the bot has too many buys. The bot did city state a bridge, so it has 2 buys from that. 3rd buy from bauble. We could also just do favor top deck and put a black cat on top. Or 2 black cats on top. If we spend the coffers. Sure. I think I discard. Well, we're not going to get to the end of the shuffle. Oh, but the silos might trigger a shuffle. I think I still need to discard at this point. Okay. Well, I think we need to play a black cat so that we have a better chance to top deck black cats. The bot's unwillingness to take province like gives us time to build up this stuff. We now have the ability to play 4 bridges at once. We do have to be able to buy them or gain them with Stonemason. That would actually be the ideal case, as I mentioned. We could Stonemason for black cats and empty them. It's a little scary. Maybe it makes more sense to just buy a bridge. Having a 3rd bridge in the deck. Like, we do have villagers. Here we go. Okay, we do need to be careful. The bot has another buy. So it can empty the black cats with Stonemason. So we don't want to play all of our black cats. But it doesn't have a bridge. It doesn't have the ability to city-state. So 1, 2, 3, and that's all that we had anyway. Okay, so we have 3 bridges in our deck. We could certainly win if we could get to 5 provinces. 3 bridges. If we could play 3 bridges and Stonemason for 2 more. Be 5 bridges. Provinces would cost 3. We'd still need a fair amount of money. But then if we city-state a couple more bridges... We can also Stonemason overpay for bridge in order to get like a slightly cheaper bridges. Anyway, well, we need the Stonemason. It's a little unfortunate because the Torture would be useful too, but we're gonna play. So we have 5. We can play 5 terminals. So I think it makes more sense. Oh, we also have 2 baubles, so we can city-state a 5th time during the buy phase. Okay. We do also need to make sure that we have like enough buys to actually get the stuff that we need. This kingdom is pretty crazy. I think we go ahead and play the Torturer. I was kind of expecting the bot to take it first there. Okay, so we've only found one of our bridges. Seeker Cave is just 1 card anyway. Let's raise it. The gold. Do we want the gold or do we want Hunter? I mean, we do need to find more bridges, so I guess we need to take the Hunter. And we potentially want to Stonemason the other Hunter. Although Stonemasoning the gold could also work. 5 terminals, 3 torture, bridge, stonemason. We don't really have space for a black cat. So I guess we take the patron. Well, I guess we're gonna have to make do with 2 bridges. Oh, also we don't have the ability to stonemason into bridge now. Shit. Yeah. Mistakes were made. I kind of forgot that that was my last hunter. Okay, well, if we just... I mean, one possibility is that we can just win on piles. What would that entail? We'd have to take 2 more curses, and then we need to get to 16 points. 3 provinces would be 18 points, so that's not... We'd need 3 provinces and a duchy. Should be 21 minus 4. Well, 3 provinces and... how many estates? Take 2 curses, we're at minus 4. We take 3 provinces, we're at 14, 2 estates. Okay. 3 provinces and 2 estates. That's a lot of gains, though. I mean, we do have 6 spies we're looking at right here. But, okay. So, we play 2 bridges. We buy stonemason overpaying for bridge. That costs 2. And then we we city-state the 2 bridges. And then the bridges cost 0. So we should just be able to get there with what we have, I think. Let's verify that. Do we need more favors? I'm just gonna go ahead and take 2 favors for now, and then figure it out. I mean, we can undo all of this. So we do stonemason. Repay for bridge. Do city-state. Oh! Oh, fuck. Okay, maybe we don't do that, considering buying 1 bridge and not gaining the torturers. Yeah. I didn't even think about that interaction. Okay, and now provinces cost 1. We don't have any more city-stating to do, but that's okay. Okay, that actually worked both better and worse than I thought it would. The end game of it was better. Like, I didn't think I'd be able to get quite that far with it, building up that many favors. But yeah, the process of getting there was definitely more painful than I expected. The single torture was pretty rough. I think, as it turns out, the detour into Black Cats was maybe not, I don't know, it's hard to say. It did buy some time, but it also made my deck mostly worse. Like it did probably more to harm my deck than to help it. And lowering the piles, you know, obviously, like if we hadn't been able to win that turn, I think it would have been difficult to win at all, because if we had to react with black cats again, then the curses would have emptied, the bot would have just stonemason for black cats. The in terms of like slowing down the bot's provincing, like I don't know if I would have ended up in a situation where I couldn't take enough provinces. I kind of doubt it, right? Like if I had been able to do more or less what I did without the black cats. I mean, I did draw some cards on the last turn. I played 3 of them. So, you know, that's something. Mostly just making up for the torture attack, to be honest, but still. If I'd been able to do that, I mean, even if the bot had gotten to like 5 provinces, I think I would have been able to get quite a number of duchies. I mean, I did take a bunch of curses. I don't know. It's... yeah. I mean... I do think that like trying to play with this stuff makes sense, because like even if you don't have this big of a final turn, you're... like the bot's mostly single provincing. It did double province the one time, I think, is not doing enough to counteract that, and that's despite the bot having a much better start to the game. How did the bot's turn 3 and 4 look? Turn 3 it just hit 5. Turn 4, oh wow, it raised a state and then cycled off the other 2 estates. That's really good. Yeah, that's... I don't think you could really ask for a better turn 3-4 than that. And then it got to silos and to a 5, which I did not. I mean, I could have gotten to silos, but I would have had to decline to trash with raise turn 3, and obviously I did not cycle the last 2 cards off my deck the way the bot did by getting to raise an estate. And the fact that it got to see all 9 of the coins in its deck because it... I mean, I guess I only saw 1 estate in the shuffle. So in that part was good, but I didn't know that on turn 3 when I was deciding what to do with the raise. And it also meant that I top decked 2 estates going into the next turn. Though, fortunately, I did find the raise turn 5, which helped with that. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, this is... I mean, I feel like normally the bot does not play well with Magic Lamp. It like does a very poor job of focusing on popping the lamp, but it got the lamp pop really quickly. I'm not sure about taking the gold in retrospect. I think maybe if the bot hadn't gotten so many hunters, that would have made a little bit more sense. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, mostly I would have just liked to have more hunters in my deck. For one thing, more targets for Stonemason on the last turn to turn into bridges. But, and like, taking more torturers than 2 seems dubious. Like, taking 2 is even kind of more than I wanted to, really. So, yeah, I don't know. But, I don't know what else I should have wished for instead, is I guess where I'm going with this, because I think maybe the hunters were already empty by the time I wished for the gold. Otherwise, I probably would have just wished for hunter. So, yeah. Well, anyway, very interesting kingdom, certainly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.